Good afternoon and welcome back to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Consensus 2018, the world's largest blockchain conference, is in New York City, and we have it covered for you. Joining me at MarketSite is Zhuling Chen. He's the co-founder of Aelf, and we are going to focus on blockchain in enterprise. Thank you very much for joining us at MarketSite today. And it seems as if blockchain is everywhere with everything these days, particularly business applications. So talk to us about blockchain in enterprise.
Sure. Yeah. Hi, Jill. Thank you for having us here.
You're welcome.
So we do believe, blockchain actually could be a transformative force, for businesses. Because what blockchain can do actually is to record values, not just purely information, but values, high value stuff in a very transparent way. And also that encourages and promotes, collaborative efforts in the whole system. So we think that's really important for business innovation, to have a platform that is fair so that everybody can participate, and also to have everybody more willing to share and collaborate. Yeah, so yeah, that's definitely a great
So if 2019 is going to be the year of blockchain in the enterprise business, you also have to educate companies, whether they're small, medium, or large. How can companies actually incorporate blockchain to their benefit from an education perspective?
Yeah, so we think, still it's going to take some time, for companies to really figure out what is the best use cases for them on blockchain. One key thing here is I don't believe blockchain is for everything. It's expensive to run. You need to find the right blockchain technology for you, and also you need to understand how your business model should be changed for that, both internally and externally. Yeah. So our approach for that is we think there are three key things. Number one is you need to understand the technology. Number two, you need people to help you to shape up your business model. And number three, if you need capital, you need to find the smart capital to drive this change. That's why for Aelf, we're working on these three frontiers. We recently launched the Aelf Innovation Alliance. Actually, for Aelf, so where will be the blockchain that is flexible and also high performant for business applications. And also on the business model side, we invited the leading players, consulting firms like Roland Berger and also Huobi Lab, who is one of the leading ecosystem builder, associated with Huobi Exchange. And also, on the capital side, we have some of the leading crypto funds who are really looking into, what are the feasible and good use cases for the future. Yeah, so we're really pushing these three frontiers, and we do welcome partners to come in. I think that's the right approach to do it.
All right, well, let me ask you about this. There's a big misrepresentation out there about Asian-based blockchain and cryptocurrency, that there's concerns around regulatory issues and so forth. Why do you think the Asian region is being underestimated?
I think historically, some of the innovations on internet was led by the Western world, particularly, like the mobile internet opportunities. So maybe people, just think that was the case for blockchain technology as well. And also in terms of information, I think there was still some silos in terms of understanding what's going on the other side of the world. So interestingly for us, we are an Asian-based blockchain organization, but we actually announced the launch of Aelf project at CoinDesk Invest last year. Because we do believe, if this is the world of pushing internet of value, it should go borderless. That's why we're always on the mission of, trying to link the bridge between the West and East. I personally believe, the gap between the innovations between the East and the West is not as big as the mobile internet era, because actually everybody started at the same time. Slightly different landscapes a little bit. Maybe on the US side, it was more pushing on the theoretical and technical advancement at the beginning, while in Asia side, people are looking at that, but as well as looking at, okay, how to do consumer-faced business application at the same time. Yeah. Although China had a harsh regulation on cryptocurrency last year, that was mainly, to protect retail investors. But the government is still very bullish on the technology itself. And if you look at some of the other Asian countries, actually it's showing more positive signs. For example, Singapore is really trying to be the crypto valley in Asia or globally. I live in Singapore, so we start to actually see more and more projects come over and trying to enjoy the stability of regulatory environment. We also spend a lot of time in South Korea, where actually we see the government is even more willing to embrace the technology. Large corporates are all looking at how to convert their business in a disruptive way on blockchain. And the whole society is very willing to embrace new technology. I think that drives down, to the adoption of smartphones, virtual goods, and also the young generation that really believes technology is the driving force for the future.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us at MarketSite. And thank you for joining me throughout the day. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.